Hello, welcome to part 5 of writing your first novel, the next chapter. And today I wanted to just have a quick chat about genre and marketing your book. So, up till now, we've been focusing on planning your novel and planning the first few chapters, the breakdown, the points of view, the timeline, all those very basic things that should help you structure your book. But the one thing I wanted to talk about before we end this course is looking at the bigger picture and, what comes after this, because it's probably something that you should be thinking about now and preferably before you even write your novel. Genre and marketing. Marketing it's hugely important for your book, and increasingly authors, even if they have a major publishing deal, they're often expected to do a lot of the marketing themselves. And so this means that, even though it might not be comfortable for you, you may well have to do public appearances, social media, etc. So, if you are embarking on your novel, your debut novel, there are a number of things you can do that will help with the journey of your book. So, the first thing, I guess, and this is quite a tricky one for some authors, I guess the first thing you need to decide is, am I a commercial fiction writer? Because some of you out there will not be. Some of you will be niche writers. And what I mean by that is that you will have a small audience, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're happy with it. But for others, they will write in such a way that's much more mainstream, much more commercial, and therefore is likely to sell more copies. So from the outset, you need to decide, do I want to have mainstream commercial success? Do I want to make money from this venture? Or are you in it purely for the craft? Is it a story you really, really want to tell and you don't care too much how it sells or how many people see it? Most people would opt for wanting the book, to sell lots, obviously, and they make lots of royalties out of it. But that's not always going to be the case. So you need to do your research about your genre. And are you bringing something new to the genre, for example? So that's something that you need to decide on straight away, because sometimes you don't want to be disappointed further down the line if the book, doesn't sell as well as you'd hoped. Okay, so the other thing on top of that is sometimes you can break the mold of the genre. So you could write a book that is very much part of, say, the crime genre, but it brings something new to the genre that's not been done. It been done before. It could be a hybrid genre. You could be, bringing, I don't know, a ghost story into a crime novel. That's been done before, and again, you would then tailor it to that existing audience. So you have to do your research. You can find out, what authors you aspire to, which authors you think you fit in the same bracket as in terms of what your story is, who your influences are. And it does pay well to explore the genre and study the book covers. What do the book jackets generally look like? Is there an reoccurring theme with these things? And then, of course, once you know that, you can then either go along that route or you can break the rules and bring something new and fresh to it. Knowing the genre can be really good because you can decide, am I going to stick with the beaten path, or am I going to veer off a little bit and danger things up a little bit in the process? And then on top of that, once you're writing your book, you should really be trying to gain an audience from it. So as you're writing it, put posts up on TikTok, Facebook, whichever social media you're comfortable with, and keep them going regularly, because you'll gradually attract an audience who are already interested in the book that you're writing. Potentially some of that audience may well become your first purchasers. They may well buy your book at the end of it, once you've put the Amazon link, etc. up there. So that's a very good reason for marketing yourself on social media, is to build a readership who are interested in the history of your book. So that's not comfortable for all authors. A lot of authors, of course, are quite introverted. So, being on social media with jazz hands and fireworks is not necessarily everybody's cup of tea. But you will have to do at least some of that if your book is to stand a success in this very, very busy and quite loud and noisy industry, because it's made that way by the people that market the books. So it's something that you would have to consider as well. So, know your genre, market your book ASAP, build an audience. And that's kind of it for this course for now. I think I've given you over the past 2 courses the very basic building blocks of structuring and planning and just beginning to write your novel and doing the chapter breakdowns and so on and so forth. So it kind of made sense to me that we talk a little bit beyond that now, just for this final part of this particular course. So what I'm going to do, I think, is to take a short break again, and I will see you again soon. I will probably do some writing tips next, given that I think we're now at the stage where you should be beginning to write your book. And I'll maybe do a 3rd course as well. I'll see. I haven't really decided, exactly what direction this needs to go in. So I'm relying on some feedback. So thank you for those of you who have got in touch and who have followed me and subscribed. I also have a platform on YouTube. And I will see you again very, very soon. Happy writing. And if you need to contact me, you can find me here or at www.ianskews.com. Bye.